Good morning. Welcome to Options Tender. What a week we've had here. We're getting close to the middle of the week, but we're starting to wrap up our trades. We want to get those done early. Trading's getting kind of thin. We're chopping back and forth. Um, Today I'm going to do something a little bit different with the names that I give out. We're going to be looking out a little bit further. We're going to be looking at those swing trades that look good from a perspective to January to February. We don't want to get chopped out of the small ranges that we're in. We don't want the theta decay on our options. So yeah, we will start off with the usual multiple time frames on the ES here in the morning and move our way down to the 65 and then put out some names. So thanks for joining me. Here we go. We're looking at the monthly. We have the Elliott wave count 1, 2, 3, 4, working on 5. Look at that small candle here for December. So small compared to November. But, it may be just a little bit of a pause before a bigger move. We'll see. Weekly. Okay, and weekly Elliott 1, 2, 3, 4. And working on 5 slowly but surely. Momentum still up. All right. So here's where we get a little bit of our change here. Now, if we're looking like, check out the momentum. That's the important part. This is what's making us cautious. You see prices moving sideways at this point. We're not making any real ground here, but we are squeezing a little bit tighter. So, we will prepare ourselves for a move. Some people will say we're waiting for a catalyst, this and that, but the technicals will let you know. So Elliott wave 1, 2, 3, and working to see if wave 4 is over. We're working around in 4, and then we expect another movement up to 5. But we definitely want this MACD to maybe come down a little more, or just to go up and poke through and work our way up to another level. But either way, we want to watch price action. A lot of times price action will go sideways until we work off some of the momentum and reset, refuel. Onto the 65. "65-minute chart with all of the lines. All right, moving in, moving forward. Okay, so we had our correction here, our ABC correction. We think we're working on wave 1. We're not sure if we're done with wave 2 yet. It does fit the criteria. We are bounced off support. And we're just trying to break through this resistance here. And, the MACD, again, is sideways. We do have, we are crossed to the upside. So let's see if we can work our way up, get past this resistance. If we need to work off a little bit more of the momentum over the daily, that's fine. But we don't want to get chopped up in here, so we're going to make some trades that are a little bit more distant. When the market gets like this, it can really, really frustrate you. You don't want to do those weeklies, unless you're a day trader. That's a whole different story. But we want to put some time on our trades, maybe do some style of spreads, which gets to the point of this weekend. We're going to do a video on debit spreads, call spreads. It's another name for it, or put spreads. We did last weekend in-out spreads. If you could look at that in the archive. And we'll also do a bonus video of some great names that I have personally in my IRA and that I would recommend to others. So we want some long-term names that we could think about over the holidays. We'll make a few extra videos for you to watch. and get ourselves ready for the next the next movement in the market. Let me see if we're kind of triangulating here. Ooh, it's not what I want to do. We had a triangle going here, so maybe we're breaking above that. We'll see. We'll see what the price action does for us today, but we're looking a little bit more bullish. We just want to get over that resistance. We don't want to put on in any trades underneath the resistance unless we see a nice setup to where it's becoming like a ascending triangle. Then you at least have a defined trade that if we break down underneath the bottom part of the ascending triangle, then we can get out of our trade. But if you don't have a setup, don't just randomly put on trades, especially right underneath resistance, unless you're doing a put play. I'm not bearish yet, so I don't recommend putting any calls on right underneath resistance. Okay, moving on to a few names. These names are swings. So we want to put out some calls for January or February, whatever your game plan is. This one, this one might be a little bit sooner, may break out a little bit sooner than we think, but we'll see. We have an ascending triangle here, an uptrend line. If we do break down from this uptrend line, we do have a ascending triangle, another support, minor support here. So we're looking to break this resistance on flgt. Another swing trade. Shop making its move. Man, when this thing gets going, it's going to trend. So this would be another great name to throw a swing on into January or February. Apple. Looking good. Broke out of its ascending triangle. Has to make its way through this resistance here. So maybe it comes up and has to chop around a little bit to make higher highs and lower lows and breaks out to all-time highs. Fsly breaking out of this range, trying to get into the gap area. May have to cool off a little bit. This is one that I'd be a little bit, it's poking through here, but it's not showing conviction. So unless we get above and retest resistance become to support, then I would just give this more time. I'd be out until February just to give it some leeway if we come retest this support to come back up here and make higher highs and higher lows. Fastly. And dkng. Dkng kind of chopping around in the small range here. Momentum's up. We're looking at a resistance here at the gap area. Maybe forming somewhat of an ascending triangle. Give it a little time. January looks like a good area. dkng looking bullish. Adobe looks amazing. So give yourself a little bit of time in January, February on this. This breakout should be glorious. We do have another resistance at the all-time highs here, much similar to Apple just was, and previously on Shop. Pins. If you want a little bit more volatile name, you may be taking somewhat of a little bit more risk on this one. The momentum still weighing down. Looks like it's turning up. If you give yourself a little time on there, but this may be forming somewhat of an ascending triangle, still holding trend, looking good. Pins is on all the time frames except for the daily right here, which is making higher highs and higher lows, is just skyrocketing. So pins looks really good. And last one, Microsoft. Microsoft here on the daily. We have a large, maybe inverse head and shoulders, but not too different than Apple, with the maybe like an ascending triangle as well. Just working its way up. If it breaks through this resistance, you have the all-time highs and looking really good. So bullish on Microsoft. So thanks for joining me hit the subscribe button, notifications, like this if you like this material. If you do not like this, then hit the dislike button. Let me know what's going on, what you want to see in the comments, and we'll go from there. I appreciate you joining me and listen to this video. So have a wonderful trading day. Good luck.